Welcome to the Energy Hour. The Energy Hour is brought to you by Quality Home Improvement, Southern California's premier residential and commercial contractor, making homes and businesses energy efficient, one building at a time.
Hey, Ron, what's going on?
Having a great day in Upland.
Hey, you know what? That rhymed. Ron, what's going on? I like that. What do you think, Rob? Sound pretty good?
It rhymes. I like it.
It rhymes? All right, all right. So, Ron, you are from, firstly, thanks for coming out, hanging out in our studio today at Quality Home Improvement here in Upland, California. We've been trying to hook you for the last couple of weeks. You're a busy guy, and here you are. Ron is from the Renovate America program, known as HERO, H-E-R-O, and one of the reasons I like using it as a company, it's because it lets the little guy get really good, affordable financing and the home improvements that he needs for his home with no money out of pocket up front. You know what I'm saying? There's no money up front. So who doesn't like to get a home improvement without having to pay for it up front? I don't know anybody that wouldn't, right?
It's an option.
It's a great option as far as I'm
can still
concerned.
put money down to pay down the loan.
They can, that's right.
There's all kinds of ways that they can participate in this program. Absolutely.
So I understand I've been using you for years. Thank you very kindly, and thanks for being my rep. I mean, you're the only sane one out there anymore. You got all these companies that are coming and going, man. They're just like slipping in and sliding out. You get all these other organizations that really don't have a solid compliance department like you do. And what I mean by that is you helped us out in a situation at one point to where, have to say it, that we had this bad cop as a customer, and this guy was the worst of the worst. What do they say in sales, Rob? Three people you don't want to do business with, attorneys, cops, and what was the other one? I forgot what it was, but anyways, it had to be somebody official.
Had to be someone official.
So anyways, but not that that's solid, and it's not, but it was crazy, this one instance that we had to go through, and thank God for your compliance department. You guys figured out he was lying through his teeth, like I was telling everybody, but it took a third party to hear what he had to say, and it didn't take much to kind of crap on himself, did it?
Worked out really well. Yeah,
it came out to be really good for us as well as him, because we all got to the finish line.
Of course.
That being said, you have this great program that's tied to the HERO program called Benji. It's kind of an unsecured program, right?
Absolutely.
And some of our customers, if they don't want to do the property, evaluation and have that put on their property taxes, well, of course, they can do an unsecured loan through Benji, which got some great rates as well, and, make monthly payments like a credit card. The good thing is they can extend it for 12 years. I think that's one of the best things that's ever been put on the planet.
It's a great option,
Secured, unsecured.
Yep.
All under one roof thanks to HERO, right?
We're doing products that make the homeowner more comfortable on doing a transaction. At the end of the day, we're protecting both the contractor and the homeowner. So at the end of the day, HERO is doing a better job making sure the contractors who represent the product are the best.
Yes, and thank you. Now, you guys started way back when. You were the first ones that came out with this, right? Am I right?
Home
improvement?
Another company was kind of started it, but we had a bigger impact.
You had a huge impact. You guys just grew like gangbusters.
Well, part of it was the team. Part of it is understanding, which contractors could, do the better job. So, yeah.
So now you're not just in California anymore, are you? You plan on having a nice little rollout here.
Well, we are in Florida now.
Florida.
We're in Missouri.
Wow.
And we're rolling out to a fourth state, but we're going to pick our spots we're going to be at so we can be a little bit more efficient.
You're going to handpick them?
Pretty much. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So now contractors in those states can really go up and use the same type of financing for customers like we're doing in California.
Correct.
Oh,
Absolutely.
my gosh.
This is great stuff.
So you're trying to tell me I should open an office in Florida maybe?
If your wife doesn't mind you being gone 4 days out of the week.
The only thing I don't like about Florida is the alligators.
Well,
That and it's kind of, I don't know, mean sleep. When you talk to Robinites, mean sea level. I don't think that panhandle is going to be there in 20 years.
that's funny. That's funny.
Global warming's taking the effect on Florida as we speak. But I don't like sitting around I would be in my front yard, and then I'd have to call the alligator exterminator. Firstly, I probably wouldn't have any more pets. They'd sneak up on him and take him down, but I'd be worried about taking me down,
I'm more worried about when you're golfing, you don't take a golf ball out of the pond.
Right.
In the event you lose it.
Leave it there.
Leave it there, right? Let the alligator consume the golf ball.
Never thought about it that much. So California, here we are. We're focused on this market. We service everywhere. I mean, and you guys are like everywhere. I don't think there's one spot that I've ever had a customer sign up for financing that you were not available in.
There's a couple communities that don't participate. For most part, it's about 98% of California.
98%.
Right?
Wow. I love it.
And that comes with us working with the issuers, because they also have to feel confident about the company they're dealing with, because they don't need a homeowner coming back saying that a financial company was misrepresenting the product.
Oh.
So
you mean there's people out there still doing that?
Not near as much, because what we did was we went through a venting process, taking out contractors that we didn't think were ethical in their practices. So it's a privilege to be able to offer Hero, which you do.
And I survived that strain.
Yeah, well, you didn't have any compliance issues. That was probably the reason why. So, right? So,
yeah.
And other contractors, as a homeowner, you have to be, you have to do your due diligence. But at the end of the day, understanding that contractor right now as it stands, who offers Hero, for the most part, they should be in pretty good shape. We've gone through to make sure that they're the type of contract that we want to be able to take and represent our products.
Well, let me tell everybody out there in the contracting world that does anything, if you don't have Renovate America or Hero Financing as your finance partner with those unsecured items that are built into the program, you don't have real financing. It's like it's almost a waste of time. Who needs to go out there and contractor A survives on cash, checks, or credit cards? I mean, that's kind of old school financing. I mean, you have to use it if you have to use it, but if you don't, now if I'm going to be buying a solar system for my home this year,
okay,
right? And I'm going to get a Solaria system put on my home. And once we stick it up there, we're going to be using Hero as the finance point to put that on my house, because I have quite a bit of equity in it. But the greatest part about Hero is I'm going to be able to make advanced payments on it as long as it's $2,500 or above.
Correct.
For each one of those payments, $5,000-$10,000 chunks here and there. I can choose the length that I want, say 25 years, and I can kill that principal off very fast. So I don't plan on having my loan for more than a couple of years, sorry to say. But the greatest thing is you've opened the gateway so I can do it and not have to worry about it.
I paid my solar off in 5 years.
You did the same thing for your home?
So it's like anything.
Oh, fantastic.
Same thing like with my own home mortgage. Got a 30-year mortgage.
Uh-huh.
And we'll pay it off in 14 years. Because what kills any loan is the duration of time, not the interest rate. So the interest rates that we have are beyond competitive, that similar to a HELOC, without going through all the work of going down to a bank and getting all the documents.
45 days to
it's just
to
a lot of
see
work.
if you really qualify,
And one of the benefits, there's three primary benefits that I think are for homeowners who use Hero. Number one is the financing is done through the property taxes.
I love that part.
That part being said, which makes it so the financing isn't on the person, it's on the home.
So there's no credit issues with my personal credit.
Correct. So your solar system that you're putting on, for whatever amount that may be, you won't see it on your credit report.
So my house is really taking out the loan.
True.
And that's paid back via the property taxes.
Correct.
Smart.
The second one is you'll have to talk to your tax advisor, but part of the payment will be eligible to be written off. We can't tell you which part that is, but it is eligible, and your tax advisor, your CPA can help you through that.
So part of the interest that I'm going to be paying through my property taxes is also writable.
Correct.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And the third part is there's no prepayment penalty. So just like
hang on a minute here. How could you have financing? And, most of these guys say, well, if you pay it off earlier, we're going to charge you like 5%. What do you mean? You guys don't have any prepayment penalty at all?
No, we don't.
Don't you love that?
It's the best of both worlds.
That's a great relief for a homeowner.
That's what makes using this type of financing great, right? I mean, got a car loan, and if you paid off that car loan early, they're going to charge you for any unaccrued interest that they would have captured on the car loan, right?
Yeah, because they want to keep that interest. They want to keep you on the line.
They do.
Wow.
So that's plus we as a company, I think we go through a pretty fair, what we call is welcome call to the homeowner. So they also understand exactly what they're getting themselves into. So no matter how the contractor portrays the financing, we're making sure that the homeowner is comfortable with the process when they get done.
There's nothing like hearing that 2 or 3 times as a homeowner,
True.
right?
Right.
So there's no, which way did he go? Which way did he go type feeling.
Correct.
Right? What I really love about your program is when I'm in the house and they've decided to move forward with an energy-saving product that you guys actually will finance on. And that's important to tell people. It's water saving and energy saving, am I right?
Correct.
So as long as it's saving water, I mean, that's a huge thing in the future. It's a huge thing now. And energy saving like solar systems, windows, insulation,
HVAC.
You can get HVAC. You got energy saving roofing.
People don't understand the dynamic of a house, not as much as they should. So windows is a good example.
Yeah.
You buy a house that perhaps is 25 years old. And what did your car look like? What was a brand new car that was 25 years ago? It was like the best car. Let's just say it's a Cadillac. Now you look at it 25 years later, and it's
an old Cadillac.
It's an old Cadillac, right? So I go into a lot of people's homes, and the windows that they have are subpar. A lot of them are single pane.
They're losing energy.
So they only think the time to replace a window is when a baseball goes through it.
Is that a fact?
And so
Gotta love it.
And so I was in a homeowner the other day. House is 35 years old. Windows are 35 years old. I asked him how much his energy bills were, and they were over $600 a month.
Wait a minute. How big was this house? It must have been huge.
2,200 square feet.
Are you $600?
$600. So essentially the windows that were designed 25 years ago, that was the best that they could come up with.
Hey, Rob, sounds like critical peak pricing is here.
I know, right?
$600, 2,200 square feet?
Yeah.
That's absurd.
But people will pay it because they just think that's what they have to pay, not understanding that if they upgraded the house with newer windows, it's not because you have a new window, but the money that you save in the investment on the window not only will help keep your house more comfortable, it'll exponentially keep your costs down as far as your energy bill, and also the comfort of like these windows now are designed so they're more soundproof, so you're not having to listen to your neighbors. There's more to it than a window. It's just a pane of glass that you can look through. It has a lot,
You got argon gas. You got dual pane. You got all reflective. You got vinyl that absorbs the heat.
Air conditioners are the same way. Air conditioners are the highest energy cost source on what you pay on your electric bill in the summertime. Would you agree?
That's one of the biggest things running.
But yet, same thing, what they do in air conditioning HVAC now, they have higher efficiency air conditioners. They've just designed them so they know how to make an air conditioner run more efficient. And, air conditioners 20 years ago ran like a waffle iron.
Right.
I mean, it was like, drawn like 50 amps and watching the meter spin crazy.
Yep.
And it never really could keep the house cool. And now the systems that they design are by far much better than anything they have. So that homeowner who had the $600 bill will probably lower his bill by, I'm not going to say what it is, but in all likelihood, it should be $100, $150 a month.
Isn't that beautiful?
And yet, and they say how uncomfortable they are. So I like the windows. Homeowners, should also think about attic insulation because that also helps in the performance of the house. But they just think the insulation that came with their house 30 years ago
It's going to be adequate, right?
They still thinks it's okay. And I get it that it's costing you to do these improvements, but at the end of the day, you're saving so much money. So offering a financing that's going to help a homeowner not only improve the value, because it also improves the value of the house,
Absolutely.
right? You can sell a house, now it has these improvements. Hey, by the way, this house has been upgraded with these amazing windows. We have the new air conditioner system. Maybe it's the solar. Does my neighbor who's selling his house have all these, upgrades? Maybe, maybe not. But nobody wants to walk into a home anymore unless they have these upgrades. That's the long and short of it.
I think something that's looking at too is people have to realize this is an investment, and investments are really, you're investing in something that, like you said, it's going to increase the value of your home. It's going to lower the cost of operating that home. There's it's not just a cost. You're just not purchasing something. This isn't buying a TV.
Right, exactly.
Right? It's something a lot more, it's a lot different. And I think people need to understand that. Like when we talk even about solar, one of the things we want to do is look at insulation, look at windows, look at ACs. We want the whole house to be as efficient as possible.
It's that box that we talk about
Yeah.
called home that we live in.
Yeah.
And if you seal this house with energy efficiencies around the home, I'm talking about insulation, windows, I'm talking about, just things that are necessary for the house. You don't have to add a huge solar system. You can put a smaller or a more efficient HVAC system into place. And then something as simple as a whole house fan
Sure.
does wonders. Like 2 days ago, this weekend that we just passed, it was 95 degrees in Fontana.
Right.
Of course, 20 years ago it was like, 85. But anyways, it was 95 degrees in Fontana. I was in the house with my 3 dogs, and I looked at the thermometer, or what do they call it, thermostat, whatever the hell it is.
Sure.
It was at 78 degrees, and it felt great because I also had some, things done to my house that we're talking about, the insulation, the windows. And so what happened was my air conditioner wasn't forced to just turn on because it was hot in my house.
It's the way...
how it should be, right?
We got into the hundreds last week for a couple of days. I have a house similar. We had a neighbor that lives behind us on the other side of the street. I live in a cul-de-sac, so this neighbor is probably 200 yards away. Big band going on and everything, and you could hear it sound like Woodstock in my yard. And
I love it.
And I walk inside the house, and my wife didn't understand there was a party going on because the house was like soundproof. And I leave the air conditioner off during the day because when I walk back into the house at the end of the day, my house is still like at 76 degrees when
Isn't
it's
that
90
great?
degrees.
Oh, my goodness.
So now my air conditioner doesn't have to work.
Yep.
When it does work, it's like barely on. Put solar on our house. And when you deal with a company like yourself, Chris, you're going to help a homeowner understand how they can take full use of being totally optimized in their house. I walk into people. I did this in my own house. The house was brand new, but none of the light bulbs were LED. So my wife, we put in solar. And my wife now thinks that the cost of electricity is zero. And what she ended up doing was
I love it.
She ran every appliance, and we have what was called a true-up bill at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And it was like $500, so it's like $45 a month. It's not that the solar guy did it. He just knew what our energy cost was. And all I did was change all the lights into an LED format. And the next year, Edison owed me $200.
So let me get this straight. You had your house tweaked to where it needed to be, so you had to pay this true up, which was an extra $500 and some odd dollars.
Right.
You did what you were supposed to in the beginning, but you just thought the solar was going to do it. And tell me something. You're actually you're proof of this. This is a great statement coming from you. Now, those LEDs did what?
So not only did it keep the house cooler, because LEDs run cooler.
Less heat.
but the energy cost in running those light bulbs was like 1/10 of the cost of a regular light bulb.
Yeah.
So
And
my wife's master bedroom in the master bath, when you light it up, it looks like Dodger Stadium at night because
Love it.
you know, they have all these lights. And when I change out the lights, she goes, "Wow, this looks much nicer." So
It's kind of a natural, pure light,
right?
you know?
And people just like windows, they think it's a window. It's a, you know, something translucent that you can see through. Well, they think light bulbs are all the same too. It's just like something that emits light. Mm-hmm. But yet, when you get a light bulb, so my cost in upgrading all those lights was $150, and yet the turnaround was, instead of me owing Edison $500, they owed me $300. So that's $800 in the first year
Hello.
for just changing out light bulbs. So that's what your company
Wow.
does. You'll come in, you'll help out the homeowner.
Wow.
You'll be able to take and not only design a solar array to help out the homeowner, but you're going to help them say, hey, instead of me selling you a bigger system, how about if we make these improvements so we can take and make the whole house comfortable?
It's something that we really look at. We want to look at the entire house.
Well said.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, Hero Financing, it's financing. That's all it is. It's financing. It's a way of financing, and Hero's done over $1 billion in financing for homeowners in Southern California. Probably a lot more than that now. But you think of how many homeowners wouldn't have had these improvements without this opportunity. Contractors really never had a financing component like Hero.
Not a real financing component.
I mean,
You know what we used to deal with, and I'm going to be very frank about this stuff. I used to use Wells Fargo. I used to use this predatorial one called Green Sky, and I'm not kidding you. These guys have got some serious issues, right? And I mean, come on. Old contractors a long time ago used to put multiple finances together and dump it in this homeowner's lap. I mean, it's like, are you kidding me?
right.
Hero, I can do all these energy efficiencies. I can do my insulation. I should be at R39 or better. So I can do my insulation. I can do my windows. I have Anlin windows in my house. And then I can put a HVAC that makes sense so it doesn't run that much and a higher SEER rating. And then most importantly, I think the most neatest thing in my house is that quiet, cool whole house fan. Man, when it's colder outside, I turn that sucker on for 10 minutes. It pushes all that negative heat up through the attic space.
Yep.
And my house feels so good inside. And guess what's not turning on anymore?
The air conditioner.
And that's one of the biggest components because when I redid my kitchen, I put all new energy efficient devices from Samsung.
Right.
So I have all the neatest things in my house. Rob would tell you I have Samsung everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
If they made a toilet seat and they called it Samsung, I'd have it by now.
He wears a Samsung watch, so that says it all,
Oh,
right?
come on, everything I got, every TV in my office is Samsung. But that being said, I don't have to waste that much energy. And you know my electric bills, just by doing those little things prior to my solar system, is under $80 a month.
Well, I have a 3,000 square foot home, and now the way our house is designed, at the end of the year, Edison owes me $180. So we're
So you have a house that's making it money. It's making money.
Right.
That's what it is.
And at the end of the day, what people don't understand is they write a check out to Edison thinking that they're beholden to Southern California Edison. And if they look at their energy bill 2 years ago, if they had a $300 bill, let's say they had a $200 bill 3 years ago. Today it's going to be $275.
Easy.
And it keeps going up. And Edison has put in a new format to the homeowner called time of use.
Right.
So when you ask your podcast listeners this one question, when do you use most of your electricity?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be the hours between 4 in the afternoon when you get home till 9 o'clock at night.
That's right.
Pretty much everybody's in agreement with
Rob,
that.
Rob
right?
has a name for that.
We call it the the non-family hours because they're very unfriendly to the whole family event. We all get home, parents get home, kids get home from school, and we want to spend that time together. We're going to eat together. We're going to do homework. We're watching movies. This time of use is very non-family friendly. It's really hitting us when they know we have to use it.
Well,
And what we want the public to understand too is you're not beholden to them anymore. You have real options.
Nope.
And one of the things that you represent is a financial tool, because that's one of the tools in our tool belt, because we could do all the things to help your house out. But we also need those tools of finance to make it affordable, because when you do it right, yeah, it's an investment that's paying you to renovate your home. And how much money? I mean, when you look at, we've cut bills down by, tremendous amounts, to where people are having money at the end. Like you look at that. Take a look at your lights, look at your windows, look at all this stuff. We want to put the smallest solar on your home.
That's right.
Okay, but we look at the entire picture. And it's very, very important, because they're hitting people right when they're 41 to 48 cents, depending on what program you're in of TOU, because there's 3 different ones.
And it really bugs me that these solar guys that are going out there, they're just going to these houses and stuffing as many panels as they can on these roofs without even checking what's really the problem.
But that's still a better option than not going solar.
Yeah, not going is almost, here's the thing. Like you said, not all light bulbs are the same. True. Not all windows are the same. Not all solar panels are the same. We want to put stuff up there that's going to last a long time, because when it degrades, your utility comes back, right? It's always going to come back to haunt you when you stop producing.
That's right.
But for the most part, you are a bit right. Doing nothing's the worst thing you can do.
You got a point, right?
Yeah, but you got to do it the right way.
Yeah,
I agree, but I just understand.
Yeah. We're energy mongers, Ron. Right. By the way, we can talk about envelopes all day long.
We have big TVs in our house. We have big refrigerators. We have lights that, like I said, my wife's master bathroom looks like Dodger Stadium when she throws on the lights on there, right?
My wife has a full professional mirror with all the bulbs. Like, this thing's got like
the movie stars use.
Yes.
What?
When she turns that on, we got it at a professional place. It's the same place that provides for like Nordstrom's and places like that. And all the women you see on YouTube doing the makeup, and they have the professional things with like 12 bulbs around.
No way.
She throws the lights on, the whole place dims for a second.
Scorches the paint.
Yeah, but but also being smart about how you're, a lot of people, like I hear customers complain, LEDs cost a lot. Yeah, but they save you more and they last longer. So if the thing's using 1/10 or 1/20 of the energy, you take a look at that. So I have a 100-watt bulb going that's taking the energy of a 10-watt.
Right.
Really doesn't take much to figure out what you're saving.
No
Plus
doubt.
the bulb lasts how long?
Yeah.
It's, what we're trying to do is just educate the public to see that, there's a lot of things you can do. But without a great finance, that's something we always need, because we got to get people to the finish line of being able to afford to do these things that save them money. And if you can't afford it.
Just go ahead, Ron.
Most likely what it costs you to finance a project, you'll save money still by what you would have paid in your energy costs.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
For the most part, you would save money.
That's right.
So, ask yourself when you buy a car, how often do you change the oil? It's quite a bit, right? You have to change it, whatever it is, 5 or 10,000 miles now. When's the last time your house has had a tune-up? When's the last time your house has had a
Rob and I say it all the time.
Exactly, right?
We go in there and help people reduce before they produce.
Exactly.
It's so simple, and it's not a lot of money to insulate your house, to put brand new windows into it, and to seal up that envelope. Once the envelope is sealed, the air conditioning is less.
True.
And most houses these days, listen, rip out that carpet, because all it's doing is absorbing heat. Put that, laminate flooring in there. Of course, you can't finance over the Hero, but we use Benji to do that.
True.
Benji's the other finance that we'll put on the unsecured side, because flooring's not that expensive. Right. So we do all the things that Hero does, on the secured side. We put it on the property taxes. Mm-hmm. I get to write off some of the interest. And then the other things that are, not conventional to Hero, I stick immediately, like flooring. Because that slab, the concrete slab, is giving convection cooling to the house.
Right. Just
like Rob, he has these, part of your house's side of it is cinder block.
Yeah, it's like in the 1970s, this mid-century modern.
You're receiving
concrete. When it's 100 degrees out, I still walk in and it's 76.
You're receiving a great benefit from that.
Yeah, and with the hardwood floors throughout the whole place, it stays relatively cool.
Yep.
We've only run the AC those 2 days. We had 106 out here, and I think we ran it for maybe up to 2 hours on both days, and that was it. We got fans, open up a window, we get good circulation. And that's what we want to do for people, change some of your habits.
Energy efficiency,
like
buddy.
you talked about, reduce before you produce, and then turn people in instead of just being from consumers of energy to producers of it.
Producers, right.
And if you can do that, you're taking control of your life and your money again.
And it's so simple to say, by the way, Hero is so simple to sell. Mm-hmm. If you can't sell somebody Hero, you're either lying to them or something else is going on.
Well, people, what I listen to a lot is they say they don't want it attached to their house. Mm-hmm. Well, you're not going to get the benefits without it being attached to your house, because we have to have somebody like your house that, stand up for it. But it's attached to your tax bill. And when you look at your tax bill, are there not other assessments that are attached?
Have you really, name one homeowner seriously besides you, me, and maybe Rob that have actually looked at their tax bill. I got stuff from the City of Fontana Sewer. I got stuff from the City of Fontana Water Company.
School district,
fire, police. I looked at this list. There's like 20 different things that you pay through your property taxes that help the city be what it is today.
Right.
So now you're just going to add another line item that says WR COG. That's going to help you get what you need for your house, the improvements that you need, right? You don't have to go to the traditional bank and get this nasty thing called a HELOC, because who wants to pay interest only?
Right.
We want to do principal and interest. Hero gives us the ability to help customers out tenfold. And if there's something else that we want to put into the mix, well, when I'm doing the one app, I just say I want to add, $5,000 for flooring over here, and that takes care of the rest.
Yeah,
and I'm done.
Using our other products. So when Chris and his team come into a house, they may need a kitchen remodel. You're going to use Benji.
Benji, that's right.
You're going to be putting in the new laminate flooring. There's every product upgrade that we have now, even carpet like you talked about. Laminate flooring is by far, or tile is by far a better alternative for a lot of reasons. Doesn't have dust in it. Doesn't have
allergen stuff.
Allergens.
Yep.
And now it's easier to clean.
Oh, yeah.
The house to me looks nicer.
Yep.
And besides the aesthetics of the house, it's actually more efficient, so people have to think about their house more than they just don't touch the house for 30 years. They just don't do anything with it. And when they call you? When something's broken.
Something's busted, right?
That's when they call you. Or they finally understood that their Southern California Edison bill is to a point.
Yeah, they're sick and tired of it.
They're out there waving the white flag. I can't even afford to live in my own house. And they start doing things like turning the air conditioner thermostat up. And all that does is make the air conditioner run more, because it's just never going to turn off. Yeah. It's never, ever going to turn off. So by doing all these things, the homeowner is actually in a better shape, and they'll actually enjoy going home.
I love it.
I'm telling you how many people don't like going to their own home because they go, it's hot.
There's so many wins here, though. With the financial tools, if you can go in and save somebody money, we're saving them money. When's the last time we did a solar system or any sort of renovation like this that didn't cut somebody's bill at least in half? I can't remember when, right?
Here's the cool thing about when you're doing solar in Hero. I can do a solar system in Hero and maybe add a couple more things. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, between the tax savings and, what the energy we're going to offset, all that money goes towards paying the Hero loan.
Right.
I mean, it's like, duh.
Well, and your solar is going to have the 30% ITC that we can apply.
That's right.
So they're going to get that back. But also, so the thing is when I think about it, I can do all this renovation. I could be more energy conscious, right? I can actually reduce my cost, and I increased the value of my house at the same time. How isn't that just like a no-brainer? You mean my house value went up while I saved energy money?
Hello?
And you don't get that with the swimming pool.
No.
No.
Right? I mean, a swimming pool's a nice amenity to have in a house.
And it's a convenience, right?
And it may or may not add value because some people don't want a swimming pool.
I'm not degrading swimming pools,
not at all.
But all these improvements that we make, like my house, I'm going to go, oh, by the way, do you understand you're not going to be paying $250, $300 electric bill.
Absolutely.
This is what comes with the house, right?
That's
Oh,
right.
by the way, I rarely have to put on my air conditioner because the house stays comfortable as it is.
It's fantastic.
You know, you don't listen to all the ambient noise that's outside, or, you know, it's the attic insulation. People haven't been in their attic since they've been in their house.
Forever.
30 years old,
Since
right?
I
Yeah.
bought it.
And
I've been
You
up
know-
in mine twice.
twice.
Once because I accidentally put a hole in it when I was out trying to do some electrical upstairs, and the second time was to put insulation
Right.
in my home, and that was it. It's been
And-
shut ever since.
And so when you put attic insulation, you have a 2-story house, right?
No, I got a single story.
Or you have a single
Yeah.
story. Did you notice a difference in your electric bill when you put attic insulation?
OMG.
See?
That alone blew me away.
So probably it cut your electric bill by 25% by just doing
Easy.
it. And the investment was nominal,
It was nominal.
Right.
And then I stuck those windows in place, and that was it.
right?
So my solar system this summer is going to be much smaller because I don't need to have 39 panels up on my roof.
Right.
I can get away right now with 12.
I walked into
And be
this,
done.
I walked into this home. It was in Palm Springs. It was a west-facing house for the sunset, and it was an older home in Palm Springs. But the whole back of the house was single-pane windows for 20 feet across the back of the house.
Are you kidding me?
So the electric bills were $1,200 a month.
They're like a giant magnet for heat.
It is, and
It's a greenhouse.
I
Yeah.
said to the sales guy, and he said himself, hey, before we design the solar system, we need to do something about these windows because the money you invest for a system to
Yeah.
offset this bill
Gonna pay for your windows.
would be so crazy. And he ended up getting them new windows and solar for doing the right thing. He cut the system in half. They
I
got
love
the
it.
windows,
Yeah.
and these people were like ecstatic
Yeah.
because he was the first guy who came in there and showed them the right way to do it. And
Hello.
so as a homeowner,
Guy needs an award.
homeowners need to be aware of contractors.
Oh yeah.
And that being said, you need to do your due diligence. But one of the things that you can safely say is even Hero rates their contractors the same as Yelp. So if you go into the Hero program, you can check out your contractor and see what their rating is. And that in itself will kind of tell you the story of the contractor, because contractors, they're good ones, will pick up the phone when you have a problem.
Absolutely.
The bad contractor doesn't pick up his phone because he's done after the sale's been made.
Yeah.
So that's one of your pluses for your company, Chris, is the fact that you make sure you personally handle if there's an issue
Yep.
to help out. And
I'm the first guy there.
you should be the first guy.
Yeah,
there, right?
absolutely. I think what's great is we typically don't run into issues because of how methodical we are. But I think when an issue does come up, it's still construction, right?
True.
Seeing how your contractor handles that tells you everything about them.
Yep.
We got a couple customers right now, even just in the sale process, have needed so much work and information and hand-holding to get them to see what was right and understand. I mean, we're kind of award-winning just on that. The time we want to spend with people to make sure that they're taken care of, that's why I'm here too,
I like to sleep good at night. I don't
I like
know
to
about
sleep
you
good.
guys.
Well, my whole thing is I'm a consumer as well. So I want someone to take the time with me, and make sure I feel comfortable and I'm informed. And that's something that's really important to us. And there are a lot of contractors out there. We just ran across a story this past week that horrible, where they hit a customer's credit card without even getting a contract signed. Can
$26,000.
you believe that?
Didn't even check into it about, hey, what about that $1,000 deposit or 10%, whatever's
That you're
less?
supposed to do in the
Sure.
beginning.
26 grand? Seriously?
No signed contract. Hit the person's.
Hey, Ron,
so
give
when
me
we
your
look at-
Visa card, Ron. Let me
Yeah.
hit your
So when we look at
25
when we
grand.
look at stuff like that, it's it's very
It's
important
disgusting.
that they're with credible contractors and credible financing.
Amen to that. Ron, I love you guys. Thank you for doing what you're doing to give our customers a financial alternative instead of traditional banks and stuff like that. You guys have definitely helped my company get where it is today. I can't thank anybody enough, you especially, more than I can ever imagine. Hero has been the pinnacle of my company on the Hero loan and Benji financing. I understand you got a new one coming out here pretty soon, and that'll benefit other people as well when we go into the financial side.
We'll be able to help more customers.
Nice.
I love it, man.
That's exactly it.
I love it.
Because at the end of the day, they all need help.
Perfect.
So
Absolutely.
they and you do a good job, Chris. I mean, that's what it comes down to.
Well, thanks,
And
man.
talk about someone that answers the phone, like you said, Ron. I mean, seriously, it's great what you do for us here. Anytime you're right here for us. I mean, and
I
that's-
text
and
him
that's
at
what-
9:00 at night, and he responds.
And you know what? And that's what we need. That's what our customers need. So I mean, that's
He should
that's
charge me
amazing.
overtime.
I have. Don't worry.
It's in your contract,
Yeah,
right?
it's in your contract. That
Hey,
9
man.
o'clock text messages constant.
Right?
Yeah,
Right?
Got to get them in at 8:59 or you're charged.
I mean, Rob, overall, what we're happy is pig and doo-doo. I mean, it is what it is.
It's because
Thank you.
The big thing for us is to have people save money. We have to get them to afford these things, and Ron
They've driven it home.
Darrow has been fantastic to help us do that.
Yep.
Look forward to work with you, Chris.
Yeah.
Hey, so Ron, thanks for hanging out at the Energy Hour today.
Yeah.
Well, Hero Renovate America. We love your product and services. Can't get enough of you. And thanks for doing the right thing, keeping it good, man, above table.
It's the best.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, Rob.
Bye.
Thanks, Ron. Thanks,
Yeah.
Rob. Appreciate you guys hanging out. And we'll see you soon.
All right. Take care. See you next time.
Bye, guys.
The Energy Hour was brought to you by
Got your latest electric bill? Is it less than last month or last year? Probably not. But if you had a solar system from QHI, it would be. Your electric meter could be running backwards. Right now, get a QHI system installed for no money down, no out-of-pocket expenses. Get an immediate savings on your electric bill. Call 909-609-5437. Solar is all they do. Call QHI 909-609-5437.
For beauty, efficiency, and power, the only product we know in the solar industry is Solaria. Maximum power. For nearly 25 years, Solaria has set the pace for solar panel performance, efficiency, reliability, quality, and design. Maximum power. Solaria continues to leverage its patented technology, engineering expertise, and sophisticated automation into creating one of the most attractive, energy-efficient solar panels available on the market today. Maximum power. What really defines home solar? How about Solaria? Quality you can trust for your home or business. Solaria is the new benchmark for solar energy. Where do you get this panel for your home or business? Go to QHIinc.com. That's QHIINC.com/Solaria. SOLARIA.
Thank you for listening to The Energy Hour. Visit them on the internet by going to QHIinc.com/TEO. That's QHIINC.com/TEO.